Oh wow, Microsoft is removing Microsoft Publisher, which I don't even know what that is actually, but they're taking that offline. They're saying you should convert your existing publisher files to PDF or Word. After this date, you'll no longer be able to open or edit these files with Microsoft Publisher. So that's crazy, eh? Uh, that just kind of reminds me of, well, a few things like when they just turn something off. I guess it reminds me actually of like old video games where they eventually pulled the plug on the server after like 10 years. Even though you bought it, now you can't. That's actually crazy because it's not regulated. Like you can buy a video game which has multiplayer functionality, and then after a certain amount of years, they pull the plug on the server. You can't play online anymore, but you paid to be able to do that. So I wonder if that's going to be. I don't know how they're going to do that though. There's so many games they can't have all the. Okay, let me see here. So is the World Cup and everything over? Is that whole sports thing over? It takes usually like 2 minutes for everyone to be whatchamacallit, notified of the live. And then I have a bunch of other stuff to discuss as well, which you'll be shocking what happens over 3 days over the weekend, man. Let's see here. Shout out to Swing. He might be on here. Shout out to all you guys, man. Okay, let's see here. I'm just shouting out the live on Instagram. Did you guys see the full video of what Coca Cola would let you and not let you put on the frickin' can? Let's see here. Okay. Did you not see? Oh, 3NZ. Shout out to the new guy, 3NZ. I'll tell you about it in 2 seconds. I'm just shouting out the live on Instagram real quick. But the crazy part, dude, is that Coca Cola like pretended at first it was a mistake, and then anyway, it's very telling what happened, man. Welcome all the new people on Rumble, by the way. Okay, guys. So something shocking happened over the weekend there with Coca Cola. You may have seen, but it goes even deeper than that. And you can't say this stuff's a coincidence, man. There's no such thing as coincidences. Except the only problem is there's a couple of key words that I do not want to mention fully on Instagram, but we are discussing it in full detail on my Rumble live stream channel. So the Rumble is an alternative to YouTube. It's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. We are streaming there now. We got a bunch of people on. We just started the live, and we're going to be going over the Coca-Cola thing, the Procter and Gamble thing, which he went and Procter & Gamble went and bought a giant supplement company, which you may have some in your freaking house right now. It's a big one, man. And so anyway, we're going to discuss all this on my Rumble live stream channel. I wish I could stay on Instagram, but guys, you got to understand, the censorship is real. We have gotten strikes on a live before for literally talking about fluoride, and we talk about a lot more than that on Rumble. Okay, so I hope to see you guys on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. Again, it's free to download, free to watch, and free speech, and you're not going to want to miss this, man. Shout out to all the new people on here, by the way, and new followers, man. I've been posting since freaking 2016, so it's been a long decade. I know they are. Rasta Man said chemtrails are the biggest problem we have. It's something, man. It's quite something. Lomless says, I don't take supplements. I eat real food. Dude, I hear you, man. But just so you know, you could be eating fully organically today, and you still get less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. So the food supply is not as it used to be. Shout out to Hybrid Scientist. I appreciate your content too as well, man. Xandro said, what do I think about Coke Zero? I wouldn't consume any single product owned by PepsiCo or Coca Cola or any of those guys, man. You don't know what's in it. There could be something that I don't even want to mention on here. Okay, I hope to see you guys on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. We'll see you on there. So yeah, Coca Cola. This is crazy, man. We already knew it was toxic and poisonous before, but it's even more shocking now, especially with the fact that the way they tried to cover it up and pretended like, oh, it's just like a glitch. It is crazy, man. Shout out to Thrax, who says he's never liked soda. He's sensitive to carbonated drinks. It literally hurts when I drink it. Yeah, I know the feeling. If you haven't had anything carbonated in a long time either, and you try to take a big sip, it does hurt. If you haven't had one, I remember when I went to camp once for 2 weeks, and coming back, there was no pop or soda or anything. So when I came back and I had an orange crush, dude, that thing was ridiculously sweet, like too sweet. You couldn't even drink it. It's so sweet because your taste bud receptors, I guess, got reset from not being exposed to that amount of synthetic sugar for even just 2 weeks. I bet you a 2-week reset, like for people who are chronically drinking Pepsis and Cokes and Diet Cokes and everything, if they did a break and then went back to them, they wouldn't be able to stomach them. It's the same thing with fast food, though. Like you can go to McDonald's if you haven't been there in like 10 years and get a Big Mac and fries and everything, you will probably puke. I remember several times going to McDonald's or other places and puking. Wendy's, like it can catch you off guard. In fact, I bet you if you went to like the Amazon or took like an Amazonian tribesman and teleported him to a McDonald's or brought him McDonald's and gave him like a full meal and he ate that, they would probably puke, man. It's actually a phenomenon. I'm sure it is. Shout out to Larry Birdman. Yeah. So then the Coca-Cola thing. So basically they had a thing where you could go on their website and you pay $10 and you get to put whatever wording you want on the Coke can, and it's custom personalized label on the Coke can. And you can do that. Well, you could, at the time when it first came out, you could write Satan is king. You could write Allah is king. You could write was it Shiva or one of the Hindu ones? Anyway, but if you tried to write Christ is king, it would say there's some glitch, it's not working. And then you could write, so they were censoring the ability to hype up Jesus. And this is the same thing. We've seen that come out of when you go into certain McDonald's or what was it, where I remember there's a video of, because I haven't been in a fast food chain restaurant in a long time, but I know that there's like electronic kiosks now. You just order on a screen, right? And I remember there was another one where it went viral because the guy tried to write like Jesus is king or something, and it would glitch out, but you could write Satan is the best or whatever, and it would still work. So anyways, it's shocking, man. And what was his name? We all saw the video. It has like 10 million views on all three of them. The guy with a big screen behind him, he did the whole thing. There was other instances, but it was basically they didn't want you writing anything positive about Jesus. The system would say we're not allowed, we're not permitted, but you could write everything you wanted about Satan and other what many people believe to be false gods, you know. So it's shocking, man. But the next part is the fact that Thorne supplements, which I'd never heard of, but apparently they're worth quite a bit of money, and they were like a trusted brand that sports coaches and trainers and stuff would recommend to like pro athletes and stuff. NAD, they got a bunch of different stuff. Well, they got bought out by Procter & Gamble. And if you didn't know about the company called Organic Garden or Life of, what is it called again? I just did a video on it. Hold on. Garden of Life. got bought out in 2024 maybe or something, and then now they're in a class action lawsuit because their protein powder had like 600 times the safe limit of lead in it. So pretty much every time a company gets bought out, the new shareholders go, okay, so we got a million people who trust this thing. How can we? They don't want to jack prices and cause a big catastrophe, so instead they cut corners and they start putting shitty stuff in it, which also leads me to the fact that we know um, any avocado oil product, whether it's mayonnaise, chips, or avocado oil itself, it's mostly freaking fake, man. Do not be going into the store, get avocado oil chips. It's found to contain other seed oils, which is unfortunate and toxic. And we know, like seed oils themselves, are they going to kill you? No, but it's a combination of, well, they actually do shorten your lifespan, I'm sure, but it's a combination of the fluoride, the microplastics, the pesticides, the GMOs, the seed oils, the cell towers, the Wi-Fi, the chemtrails, you know what I mean? And all those things combined put us in a lowered state of consciousness. So we got to be detoxing and boosting our system. Before we get into the next couple stories, dude, because a lot has kicked off, I do want to mention for this live specifically, we have a special deal going on. I was informed just before the live. Yeah, we should do an avocado oil, Kara. We'd have a real one too, actually. Unlike all the freaking, it's half canola oil half the time. So we are giving away for the first probably 2 or 3 people max on the live. We're giving away free $100 bags of organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. That's the chocolate powder. So this stuff stimulates stem cell production. It's genetically tested as the original cacao. It's the heirloom cacao. Super good for heart, blood flow, blood oxygenation, and it's said to have anti-aging effects as well. And ours is heavy metal tested. It's freaking delicious. It's $100 value, and we're doing probably 2 or 3 freebies. The way the deal works, I'm putting the link in the chat right now, which goes to choq.com. That's CHOQ.com. So Choq is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. So they are a fully legit company, and I've been partnered with them since 2019 now. Actually, we first launched Choq on my page on Instagram, on my old account though, before it got deleted, for talking about either Bill Gates or bumblebees levitating, one or the two. But anyway, so free bags of chocolate powder. The way the deal works, when you go to choq.com, you click that link. The number one superfood for men and women is the hot water purified shilajit, which is a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It massively stimulates the production of new brain cells, which is called neurogenesis. So you get way sharper memory, concentration, and focus while you're taking it. It also increases sperm count and sperm motility for men. And for women, it calibrates your hormones and is also pro-fertile. Our shilajit has 12 clinical studies. It's also believed to decalcify the pineal gland. You will freaking love it. And it's the top superfood, man. So if you go to choq.com, the first person to put so we have male and female vitality stacks on the site. The male and female stacks are the top 2 combos of superfoods for men or women. And in the male and female stack, we have shilajit. And the male and female stack, we also have the organic ashwagandha. So ashwagandha is another one of the most potent adaptogens in the natural world. It massively boosts melatonin production, so you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. It calibrates your hormones. It is also pro-fertile. It increases cognition. And it's even said to have, of the 43 clinical studies, it's said to have some pretty significant anti-aging effects. It's also the king of herbs in India is what they call it. So the ashwagandha is in the male and female stack as well. The first probably two people who go to choq.com and put the male vitality stack or the female vitality stack subscription in their cart and apply the coupon code 44life, you get a lifetime 44% off discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically, Choq is going to include in your package, in your order, the $100 bag of chocolate powder, which is going to show up to your door in 2 to 5 business days. Petra said, what about Chosen avocado oil? Chosen avocado oil was literally, I think I posted it, otherwise it's in my drafts, but Chosen was one of the ones that was the shittiest. But I thought Chosen Foods was good. It turns out that their mayo, okay, that says 100% pure avocado oil contains a bunch of seed oils. But here's the thing. It might not be like, this is what I think they would do, is they say, well, we bought the avocado oil from a supplier. We thought it was legit. Boom, bang, bing. And we found out it's not, and it's not our fault. I think they're probably going to say that, but regardless, no, the avocado oil. I don't know about Hard Bite, but I know that Kettle and Siete avocado oil chips both contain other seed oils. What I had Hard Bite hold on, did I have, I think I actually had a few chips from, what was it, Hard Bite, black truffle. Let me see if it says avocado. It does. Wow. So I literally probably had seed oils this weekend because I had like a few chips out of this Hard Bite organic thing. Is it even organic? No, it's not. So it's a freaking cheat meal, man. It's something that's not too, it's a bit shit for you, you know? Dude, Far North Bend, Siete got bought out. Siete got sold to, is it Nestle or PepsiCo or something? Hold on a second. Um, Something, dude. Yeah, something, Petra. It's very shitty indeed. And so I didn't even know about Siete Foods until I saw that they got bought out. I don't know if they're not in Canada or they're just, I don't really go like grocery shopping too much. Um, but anyways, my point is that we've got to keep our head on a swivel, man, because there's so much unfortunate chemicals and contaminants in the food, air, and water supply. And that's another reason why, yes, let's all take our shillelaghs on the live. Shout out to Far North, or sorry, Kara Chalk, who said, let's take our shillelaghs right now. I'm going to take a dose of the Chalk Daily. That's the number one superfood for men that's in the male vitality stack. It has shilajit in it and 4 other adaptogens specifically formulated for men. And then in the female stack, you'd be getting the just the straight up hot water purified shilajit. So I'm going to take a dose of the Daily. I'm also going to take a dose of the Tongkat. The Tongkat's the other one that's in the male vitality stack. That is, so Tongkat Ali, it's wildcrafted from the chemical-free Malaysian rainforests. It boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days, and sperm count, sperm motility, muscle mass, muscle endurance, and muscle recovery. And there's, I think, what was it, 21 or how many studies? 23 clinical studies on the Tongkat Ali that are all on the website. And speaking of Thorne getting bought out, you got to keep your head on a swivel because what's going to happen is the ingredient list will slowly change, or maybe it will be soon. So here we go. I'm taking a dose of the Daily and the Tongkat Ali. Remember, you're putting the male or female Vitality Stack subscription in your cart. You're applying the coupon code 44life, which unlocks the 44% off lifetime discount. And then if you're one of the first 2 people on the live to get the male or female stack, you're getting a $100 bag of chocolate powder included in your freaking order automatically, which is badass and awesome. So I'm going to take this dose. I actually want to take something else too. I got my Irish Moss is empty. That's okay. I'm going to take some of the chalk minerals. In fact, the first person to get a male or female stack is also going to get a free bottle of the chalk minerals, which is $60 value. So we're talking $160 worth of freebies to the first person who gets a male or female stack at chalk.com with that code 44life. And that unlocks a 44% off lifetime discount on the subscription, which you can cancel or modify at any time. So we got the chalk minerals. Those are extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah. It's got the full matrix of minerals. Shout out to Rules and Tools who will tell you all about it. It's freaking shocking, dude. The humic acid that's in the chalk minerals binds to free radicals, heavy metals, contaminants, all kinds of crazy stuff, excretes it out of the body, and minerals rebuild your DNA. So if you're taking the minerals, you're rejuvenating and restoring your DNA, which we know is unfortunately affected by cell towers and Wi-Fi. How did you find this out about Siete? I'm looking at a bag of Siete grain-free tortilla chips and no seed oil listed on ingredients. Far North Finn. It was Siete, their avocado oil chips. So that's one that they say is avocado oil. It was tested by UC Davis, which is, I guess, a university or something. And it was found to contain other seed oils apart from avocado oil. And so it failed the purity test. There's more info on their write-up about it, but on their website. But Siete was actually acquired, like, I'm pretty sure it was over a year ago too. So it's owned by like General Mills or something. Let me get the exact fact check for you there, Far North Fan. I didn't know that this is people are like, this is old news. And here we go. Far North Fan didn't know. So you got to keep posting, man. Siete was bought when and by who? January 17th, 2025 by PepsiCo. Oh my God, of course. Yeah, so Siete Foods was acquired January 17th, 2025 by PepsiCo for $1.2 billion. So it really only changed the ingredients probably this year. Rules and Tools says fulvic acid helps balance the system and humic acid helps detox. So fulvic acid and humic acid are both in the shilajit, but he's specifically mentioning the fulvic acid. He's saying you take the shilajit and that helps balance the system, and then you take the humic acid and that helps you freaking detox. So I'm going to take my dose of superfoods right now. Remember, the first person to order a male or female stack at chalk.com with the discount code 44life, you get 44% off for life, and you get the $100 bag of chocolate powder and the $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. $160 worth of freebies and 44% off for life. That is a shocking deal. And actually, I have water here, but I also have the Chad Mode, which is the natural energy drink pre-workout from Chalk that has organic blue spirulina and organic caffeine in it. And that blue spirulina, this is why, as much as it is annoying as hell to look at chemtrails often, I'm at least taking something that detoxes the heavy metals, man. So blue spirulina is one of the most potent binders, or they call it a chelator. So here's a scoop of the Chad Mode action. I'm going to do 2. You'll see how blue it gets, by the way. It's like once the blue spirulina gets hydrated or something, you'll see how blue this is. It'll blow your freaking mind, and everyone's going to ask you what the hell you're taking, or what you're drinking, rather. So anyways, yeah, so blue spirulina is a chelator, which is a, it's the Latin word is like to claw, like it binds, it claws stuff out of you. It claws the freaking heavy metals out of you, dude. Chad Mode. And then the caffeine in here is cold water extracted from green coffee beans instead of being factory made synthetically in China. The vast majority of energy drinks and pre-workouts, they use synthetic caffeine, and they make that stuff at factories in China with ammonia and urea. Totally toxic and strange. You do not want it. You'll never drink another energy drink or pre-workout again when you get the Chad Mode into you. So watch how freaking blue this stuff gets, man. And in 5 minutes, it'll be even bluer. So let me take this dose of superfoods. Let me answer it. So shout out to Far North Fan. Again, Far North Fan, like, I bet you those Siete foods, even now when it's owned by PepsiCo, is like healthier than Lay's, you know, or what's the one, Ruffle, or what's it called? Yeah, I think it's Ruffle, the new chips. I love forgetting about old corporations. It's actually awesome. It means they haven't been in my consciousness for a long time. Shout out to Rules and Tools, who gifted a subscription to freaking Adam. Shout out to Adam, who's new here. He's a guy who would really, shout out to freaking Adam, man. He just got gifted a subscription. My kids grew some lemon cucumbers, and they are delicious. Wow, really, dude? I think that's a species, guys. It's got to be a different species. And this is another thing that's shocking, eh? Is that there's so many foods and seeds and plants and species that we no longer even know about. Because they've hybridized them. Like, for example, you know, there's like thousands of types of peppers, right? And how many peppers can you name? Rules and Tools, I'm pretty sure could name more peppers than any of us on here, but it's, you know, bell peppers. Chipotle is just smoked jalapeno. So, you know, jalapenos, you got red ties, green ties, habaneros, Scotch bonnet. I think those are the same. Ghost peppers, Carolina Reapers, but there's like a bajillion other finger hot, I think they're called finger hot peppers. Anyway, there's a million peppers out there, and they're not all spicy, but we only know about a few. Squashes, you know how many different kinds of squash there is? A shitload, dude, and we only know about a few of them, and the grocery stores only have a few. So it's about consolidating. Shocking, man. It is shocking. Ormus, I have heard a little bit about Ormus, Asher, but I don't know enough to really talk about it, to be honest. Shout out to Asher, though. That's a good question, man. Sweeter version of the cucumber. Wow. I have a serious gluten intolerance and not even supposed to eat grains. Wonder why my body rejects nightshades. Yeah. I wonder if that's a gut microbiome thing, Far North Fan, but there's also a thing called eat right for your blood type, and people think like different blood types are supposed to have different foods. So who knows? Hey, but someone will know. Rules and Tools might know. I'm going to take this dose now. I've been talking about it long enough. So look how blue it is now. I wasn't kidding, man. It gets bluer than a freaking, I don't even know how. That's bluer than the deepest blue sky. But it doesn't stain your tongue blue because it's not artificial colors. It's not like when you have a freaking synthetic freezy and your tongue's blue for like 2 hours because it's artificial blue, man. Really, a Far North Fan? So guys, Far North Fan has like been through the ringer with her health over the years, and she's loving her chalk. So I'm telling you right now, remember the Shilajit in the male and female stack has like 10 or 11 clinical studies. Hormones, fertility, brain function, detox, your gut microbiome. So there's compounds in the Shilajit that when it goes into your digestive tract, I'm pretty sure it's magnetic, but maybe it's like something else. But it binds to heavy metals and contaminants that we're exposed that it's in us and excretes it out of the body without it being like, oh, I'm detoxing, like, and like you're sick on the couch or something. No, it's just like a natural all day detox when you're taking it, of course. And that Shilajit, by the way, Shilajit is considered, or rather believed to have carbon 60 in it, or C60, which has anti-aging effects. They gave C60 or carbon 60 to rats, and it lengthened their lifespan. And then we know that also there's studies that artificial lights cut the lifespan in half of fruit flies and hens. Okay, so egg-laying chickens, they are more aggressive and they lay less eggs underneath artificial light. And that's what we're exposed to all the freaking time, man. So we got to get, if you think about it, I have to say, the colder areas, like if you live in a cold city, shit, man, I bet you if you had to just brass tax it, a warmer city with all, it shouldn't necessarily be like this, but maybe it is. A warmer city where the sun's out more often and you don't have a freezing cold winter where you're inside and it's dark early and yada yada, probably is healthier. Like I would maybe say people living in Florida and South and Texas and stuff, like you get a lot of sun and that does help big time. So especially depending on where you live, there's different precautions to take or things you want to do, to boost your system, man, 100%. Thrax says, I wish I could put a pic in this comment. I saw the most unnaturally huge watermelons yesterday. The biggest one I saw was literally 2 feet long. Well, Thrax, you know what's funny though? That's not necessarily the case. And I bet you Rules and Tools will maybe talk about it. Is that if you have a watermelon seed and your plant starts growing and you pick off all but one of the flowers, you're going to get a giant watermelon. I got a giant pumpkin last year. I didn't even know it was a pumpkin until it turned orange. Because I don't even think I ripped the flowers off. It just grew one pumpkin and it was like massive. So it's not necessarily unnatural just because it's large. Now, if it was seedless, then oh, and by the way, breaking shocking news, guys. Breaking shocking news. They're now selling they're now selling pineapples that have the crown has been cut off. They say it cuts back on shipping and emissions and it's greener because it weighs less. Like they picture if you have a million pineapples and you cut off the tops of all of them, it's less weight and so it's greener, better for the environment. But you can grow a fucking pineapple from the crown. So they're taking the crowns off the pineapple. You can grow a whole pineapple from just cutting the top off of it, dude. Can you believe that? Selective breeding in CRISPR. That's right, Rules and Tools. CRISPR, I want to know more about too. I heard it's just like an enhanced GMO thing. Petra says, did you know that peaches and some fruits have no more seeds? Open the pit and no more seeds. Apricot pits still have seeds. You can eat them. Kills the big C. Can also eat apple seeds. Petra, I heard a friend of mine who lived in Michigan told me that during the Great Depression, there was like way reduced levels of the big C. People weren't getting the big C because they were, it was the Depression, so they wouldn't waste the apple core. So they would eat the apple core and eat the seeds in the apple, and which is said to have arsenic and be toxic, right, or can kill you. But apparently, in those low doses, and the way it's going through you digestionally rather than like intravenously, it's apparently. I know, Petra. I did a post on the guy who was selling apricot seeds out of New York. And saying this will cure your stuff, and it was, and then he got shut down. I remember that story, Petra. Shout out to Petra. When I say Petra, I picture that crazy rock in Jordan, in the Middle East there, that's like laser beamed in half. It's in Jordan. I don't know if it's in Petra though, but you do have that crazy rock carving in Petra though. You know that where Indiana Jones was filmed, I think. Shout out to Everly, Dild's daughter. Shout out to Everly. Everly, what's going on? Yo, Dild, you should show her that. You should type in the laser beamed rock in Jordan and show Everly. She'll be mind blown, man. How did this rock get so laser beamed, man? Yes, CRISPR is sketchy. I remember my friend from Manitoba was telling me about how it's like an enhanced GMO thing. It's just shocking, man. And then Rules and Tools says, if it's The selected breeding, that's okay, but no CRISPR. That's right. He said CRISPR is a tool they use in gene manipulation. Okay, so CRISPR, and it's an acronym. There's actually no E. I don't think there's an E. It's CRISPR, and it's a technology to GMO stuff. It's shocking, man. But again, the pendulum is turning and swinging back because everyone's questioning what's in their food now. It's actually like almost mainstream to be organic, grass-fed kind of guy. You know, it's almost like a normie thing now. Shout out to Butter Dog, man. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Boom, bang, bing. Yeah, so isn't that shocking? You got Coca Cola being exposed. You got Siete's bought out. They're cutting off the top of a freaking coat of a pineapple and selling them. Is anyone else as mind blown about that as I am, man? I don't know if it's all, but Thrax, I remember that a guy I know now who is literally he's lost his mind, like he has crazy Alzheimer's. But I remember when I was like 12 years old, he was telling me, and at the time I realized this is just something he read in the mainstream that they covered it back then. But it was interesting hearing that he was telling me about how they put fish DNA in tomatoes because they give them, you know, better skin. But what is that going to do to the long term? So he was reading an article, I guess, about GMOs in like 2007 or something. And the question was like, what is this effect going to have on humans? And it was like early GMO discussion, right? But the fish DNA in tomatoes is like the tip of the iceberg. I'm not even worried about that. I wouldn't want to eat it, but I'm saying it's like, it's the glyphosate and the chemicals and the atrazine and the GMO corn. We don't know. Isn't the, you know that on September 10th, 2001, the day before 9/11, you can type in contraceptive corn right now, and a article comes up from The Guardian the day before 9/11. And it's kind of strange and vague, but it says that there's a gene in genetically modified corn that is a spermicide. Look up the article, dude. It's shocking. And it's interesting that the next day, no one's talking about GMO corn causing infertility. They're talking about 9/11. So is that shocking? Oh, by the way, Dialed, speaking of Frozen, I can't believe, and my mom actually heard about this too. People used to think, there's that internet theory, right? That Walt Disney is frozen and he'll be brought back to life when there's technology available to thaw you and keep you alive. Well, now, if you type in Walt Disney's Frozen on Google, the movies Frozen come up, not the theory that Walt Disney is frozen. So, Everly, I don't know how old you are, but that's shocking, isn't it? Like, I'm wondering if I'm talking to like a 9-year-old could get some of this. 7, maybe not so much. But it's, if they do, you know, Walt Disney, that theory is shocking, dude. So Dialed. And then there's also the Oppenheimer one. I think I already told you guys that one, though. They have been trying to put psilocybin genes in cannabis plants. Oh, that's, dude. I'm pretty sure psilocybin is supposed to come from a damn mushroom, man. Getting it, smoking weed and getting mushroom high is a strange thought, for sure. They sterilize the fish in hatchery because the females have more fat. I also heard a theory, by the way, and remember too, it's the first person who gets a male or female stack at chalk.com, the subscription, and they put on the code 44life. You get 44% off for life, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And you get a free $100 bag of chocolate powder and a $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. So you get $160 worth of freebies if you're the next person to get a male or female stack subscription at chalk.com with the code 44life. And that also gives you get the shilajit, the ashwagandha, the Irish moss, a ton of adaptogenic superfood compounds that are going to boost your brain function massively. And they're clinically studied as well. I'm going to shut out the live on Instagram again here real quick, but then I want to tell you guys about, oh yeah, I don't know if this theory is true, but there's a theory that when they, and a farmer will know more about this than I am, so I'm not going to pretend I know all about this, but they usually frozen solid like a snowman. That is too cute, Dal. Okay, so she's 4. Yeah, great age, man. 4, man. What a cutie age. Frozen solid like a snowman. Yeah, kind of like that. Or show her Han Solo when he got frozen. No, I'm just kidding. We've actually not seen Frozen though, or the only movies that me and my little ones have watched. There's only two movies, I think. It was Toy Story 1, not the new one that's apparently pretty weird. And about half of Ratatouille. But she started crying watching Ratatouille because Remy gets separated from his family. And listen, most Disney Pixar movies, there's a trauma that happens to a character. And I didn't think Remy getting separated from his family is like a soft spot, but kids are so empathetic where they're picturing themselves in that position and they're like, that'd be so scary. What do you mean your family goes down the wrong pipe under the bridge? Remember, guys, you guys seen Ratatouille? Anyway, Toy Story though, what's the trauma there? Well, Woody gets like lost. He has to make his way back home or something. Do you guys remember? Okay, hold on a second. Let me shut out this live real quick. Did you guys see what happened in Spain, by the way? Okay, hold on a second here. What's going on in whatchamacallit, the Middle East right now? Is it what's the latest Iran news? Bombs dropping, not dropping. Harp and Obama's harp. What was that one, Will? Harp and Obama's harp. Oh, oh, huh. President Obama signed legislation in 2016 to officially complete the land transfer of the HARP facility from the Air Force to the University of Alaska, which fueled online misinterpretations. Interesting. So Obama's HARP is a thing. Eh? Okay, here's a mainstream news article that came out 2021. What is the HARP conspiracy theory? Truth or fake? And I'm sure they say how fake it is. um, okay, let me shout this out real quick. Big earthquake in Colombia today, by the way. Oh, maybe actually, dude. Maybe, man. So I was talking to my neighbor the other day, and it's interesting because it's like, what's going on with the whole alien thing? Like, are they about to say aliens are invading? We need to unite and make a one world government to unite against this existential threat that we can all unite with? Or is it going to be that the global conflict kicks off? People are begging for no more war. And so then the idea is presented, we will stop having war because we will unite all governments and all worlds, all countries rather together. You see what I'm saying? Like if you want to make a one world government, you got to make a reason to have one. You know what I mean? Well, if the people are asking that we don't want wars and the solution is presented, we'll just make a one world government. I don't know, man. It's shocking, isn't it? So listen, we're going to discuss this and more on my Rumble live stream channel, which is free to download, free to watch, and free speech. We're going to talk about the UFO action that's coming around the corner as well. Elite Pia said, I'm from Colombia, and this earthquake was weird, not natural. Well, someone said it's a good way. The earthquake is a good way to get American services into Colombia. Colombia is on the list of countries that is said to be eventually a part of the United States. It's going to be Colombia, Cuba. They're already talking about taking over, quote unquote, Cuba. And this isn't like a bad guy America thing. This is like an Illuminati plan thing where they want Canada too to be an annexed territory eventually connected to, because one step closer to a one world government is to have one government controlling a bunch of different countries. That's kind of the plan, dude. So anyway, we're going to discuss more about this on my Rumble live stream channel, which is free to download, free to watch, and free speech. Hashito, come to Rumble right now, man. It's at the link in my bio. We're talking about HARP, the weather, and the other strange things that are upon us. that are coming around the corner, dude. Could be a grand reset rather than the end times. Could be both, dude. Okay, we'll see you guys on Rumble. Two Feather knows what's they're paying attention as well. Shout out to Two Feather. Not much gets past you guys anymore, eh? This isn't 10 years ago when you are a sleeping sheep. Like, you guys are waking up. We're all waking up big time. This guy comments, are you aware the Earth is flat and outer space is fake? Or are you still a glober? This is an important topic. I wish I had my okay, guys, I'll see you guys on Rumble. Come to Rumble. We're talking about the shape of the Earth as well. Shout out to Jess. That's a hilarious question, Yashid or Yashedel, because I have I usually have a globe behind me on the lives, but no, I'm completely aware that space is completely fake. Planets are fake. The firmament is real. And what else? Oh, all of it, man. I know all about it. No, I was, it's interesting because, well, let me see here. I knew about that for like, I don't know, a long time, but I only recently started posting all about it. It is definitely, it is serious, man. It is serious 100%. I mean, people, it's actually, you know what's so funny? It's as, like, people who believe we're on a spinning ball think the idea of it being flat is so ridiculous. And that feeling of ridiculousness is the same thing you feel when you find out it's not a spinning ball. And and for people who believe it is a spinning ball, you feel the same ridiculousness. Like, there's no way. It's comical once you wake up to the shape of the Earth. Thinking of it as a ball is actually literally comical. You know what I mean? All the CGI AI shit. Half of the pictures of planets we get are, you know what they are, eh? It's the bottom of frying pans. I'm not even kidding. Why isn't Elon talking about flat Earth? Well, if you want I'll just be brass tacks with you, man. Like, Elon Musk, I believe, is 100% a controlled shill, and he has a role to play. Part of his role is to popularize and condition people with new AI shit, brain implantable microchips, electric cars. He's ushering in the new kind of way they want things to go, which is electric, digital, and AI. He also is helping condition people and continue on the programming of that we're exploring Mars and we're going to go to space and we're going to make a colony. So to me, that's all fake and bullshit anyway. And so Elon Musk isn't talking about flat Earth because he's a controlled opposition shill who is paid or made or mind controlled, or is he a cyborg? We've all seen Terminator. I'm sure there's humanoid robots walking around. Is he one of them? I don't know. Thrax, that's what happens, man. When you do wake up, well, are you gonna hang out with a sleeping sheep? Like, why? Like, it's not even that fun. You don't even get to talk about anything cool. Understanding that truth is the key to understanding just how serious the overall situation really is. I know, you shadow. I know, and you know what? It is, because if they could lie about the shape of this thing, then there's a lot more that they can lie about. Ends or 3NDZ. I think all the rockets always curve and they just land back in the ocean somewhere, and then they say they made it out of space. Out to space. The other funny thing is, you know that these rockets, they say that they have to get up to speeds of 25,000 miles an hour to escape Earth's gravitational pull. Petra, you know what? Astrology is actually considered, or was considered, to be witchcraft and demonic, because for one, you know that a lot of planets are named after pagan gods. And also, the idea that some days are better than other days astrologically, there was something about it being like, every day, if God made this world, every day is as much potential and whatnot as any other day. So the idea that certain days have certain different energies and whatnot was considered to be like witchcrafty and kind of willy-nilly. You know what I mean? Yeah, Shettle says, we are surrounded by aliens, quote unquote, and children of aliens, aka Nephilim, the fallen angels, pretending to be human and look human, but aliens are really fallen angels. Yeah, they'd have to be, Yashidal. And you know what's so funny? I remember years ago when people would say aliens or demons, I'm like, you gotta be nuts, man. There's planets out there. There's freaking other alien worlds out there, man. There's gonna be other spaceships. There's probably a mothership. There's all kinds of aliens. But yes, I've come full circle, man. I 100%. If you had told me this 7 years ago, Yeshattle, I would maybe say I'm not so sure. But at this point, I'm 100% sure. But guys, listen, before we get into more aliens, flat Earth, and ancient giant trees and the ancient giants and everything in the Vietnam goggles, they were red, I think, dialed. No, it was green phosphorus or something. Someone will remember the Vietnam goggles. But I do want to mention, before we get any deeper and further into this, we know that there's a concerted effort to keep us in a lower state of consciousness today with the crazy chemicals in the food, air, and water supply. This is a spiritual war. They're using chemicals to lower our frequency and mind control us 100%. We're doing a special deal on this live where we're giving away $160 worth of freebies to the first lucky dear soul who follows the instructions I'm about to give. We're giving away $100 bags of organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the chocolate powder, which is super detoxing and delicious. Plus, it stimulates stem cell production. It also boosts your gut microbiome, blood flow, blood oxygenation. It's extremely good for heart, your circulatory system, and it's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. The chocolate powder is freaking amazing. You'll love that. It's $100 value. It's the original cacao. And we're giving away $60 bottles of the chalk minerals. These are extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah, the full matrix of minerals. It rebuilds your DNA. It detoxes heavy metals. It increases brain function, increases nutrient absorption and nutrient delivery. You're going to freaking love it. Minerals and the lit powder, $160 worth of freebies. To the first person who does what I'm about to say here. Well, Larry Bird, expand on that, because did I nail that, or did I kind of willy-nilly it? Because I think that's basically the gist of it. Because yeah, planets are fake. What the hell is astrology? Apparently the stars, by the way, are angels in the firmament. That's what it says in Genesis, anyway. There's videos coming out about it now. I love that this is getting exposed. So listen, the way to get your $160 worth of freebies. First, you go to chalk.com, which I just put in the chat. That's CHOQ.com. Chalk is based in Texas. They ship out of Georgia. They have an all-American customer service team, and they have over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. If you go to chalk.com, the number one superfood for men and women there is the hot water purified Shilajit. So Shilajit is a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It massively increases the production of new brain cells, which is called neurogenesis. So you get way sharper memory, concentration, and focus while you're taking it. It also is believed to decalcify the pineal gland, bind to free radicals and heavy metals, and excrete them out of the body. And when guys take it, it boosts sperm count and sperm motility. And for women, it calibrates your hormones. This is one of the top superfoods in the known world within the ice wall. There could be other stuff outside of it, but inside of it, Shilajit is up there with the top superfoods. The first person to go to chalk.com and put the male or female Vitality Stack subscription in their cart, you get an automatic $160 worth of freebies if you apply the coupon code 44life to your subscription, which knocks the price down 44% off for life, which you can cancel or modify at any time. The first person to get a stack gets a free lit and a free minerals if you go and subscribe to the male or female stack with that coupon code. You got to make sure you use the code though, and the code only works on the subscriptions. So make sure you're putting the subscription in your cart. And keep in mind, a ton of the clinically studied benefits of the male and female stack subscription, they're based on consistent consumption over 90 days. So you do want to make sure you get a consistent dose to experience the full range of benefits. Of course, taking it for a month is great, but when you get into 60 and 90 days, that's when a ton of the clinically studied benefits were obtained and noted. So you're going to want to get it into. So that's a freaking awesome discount. And you get $160 worth of freebies your first order. So remember, that's chalk.com and the code's 44life. So the Shilajit is in the male and female Vitality Stack, but so is the ashwagandha, which is considered the king of herbs in India. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It massively increases the production of melatonin, so you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. It's pro-fertile, king of herbs in India. And then the third superfood in the female stack is the wild-crafted Irish moss, which has the full matrix of minerals. It binds to free radicals and heavy metals and excretes them out of the body. It also increases lung function, anti-aging, skin health, skin hydration, and skin, hydration, elasticity or something. Like, it's good for your skin. It's like a beauty product, man. Irish moss is super freaking good for you. And that's in the female stack, and longevity and fertility benefits as well. And then in the male stack, the third superfood is the Tongkat 100, which boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days and increases sperm count, sperm motility, muscle mass, muscle endurance, and muscle recovery. So you get a whole bunch of freaking benefits taking that stuff. And ours is wild crafted from the chemical-free Malaysian rainforest, whereas most Tongkat Ali is farmed in China, dude. And it's the freaking Shanghai surprise. There's a whole bunch of people on the site right now. And if you get remember, you're putting the Someone actually just got a Shilajit and Ashwagandha. Congratulations to just got the Shilajit and Ashwagandha with the code 44life. We're going to get you a free lit powder. And that means we still have the slot open for whoever gets the male or female stack first, get the lit and the chalk minerals, $160 worth of freebies. Shout out to Far North fan who says she takes the Irish moss every day. It is quite a superfood, Far North fan. And if you take it with the Chad mode, so the Chad mode from Chalk is the all-natural pre-workout energy drink with 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop, plus organic blue spirulina, which binds to free radicals, heavy metals, microplastics, you name it, and excretes it out of the body. And then that has that organic caffeine, which is cold water extracted from green coffee beans, which is a complete anomaly in the whatchamacallit, in the world of energy drinks and pre-workouts. To have organic caffeine is literally shocking. You will never drink another energy drink again if you're doing the Chad mode. It's freaking amazing. Also, Boom Bang Bing. Yeah, so the Irish Moss, the cool thing, Far North fan, when we first, posted that or launched it, we got flack because we were talking about how it is literally superior to all of the farmed moss that's in the Caribbean. And a lot of people who were selling the farmed moss were flustered because we were basically coming after them, and we're saying, look, we didn't call them out, but we said our stuff's the best. And people were, I guess they're emotionally attached to the idea of their like family farm. But the thing is that it's this. None of the islands in the Caribbean treat their gray water. It goes right into the bay, and that's where they farm the moss. I don't want to farm moss with a bunch of microplastics and crap in it. I had a crazy dream this morning, by the way, about the Caribbean. It was shocking, man. Chad mode, lit, ashwagandha daily, Irish moss, plus blueberries, 2 raw eggs, some turmeric, a bunch of Dude, Will. Freaking Will guy is dialed, man. We should start calling him dialed. 2 raw eggs, freaking give her healthy eggs. Like, Will, we may be under, chemical assault, but that doesn't mean we're powerless, dude. We can be detoxing like you are. Organic olive oil. I think it's supposed to be in darkened glass. If it's not in darkened glass, it might be fake. I remember my family friend or a family member rather, sent a bottle of organic olive oil from Whole Foods in a plastic bottle. Anyway, they shipped it to us, or they brought it over or something when they visited. And I put it in the fridge because I didn't trust it. And I put it in the fridge next to the olive oil that comes from one farm that my friend has a connection to. And we get this olive oil from a farm in Italy. And but Italians and Greeks say they have beef over who has the better olive oil. But anyway, the Italian olive oil completely solidified in the fridge, and the other one did not. So if it doesn't solidify, it's shit. It's supposed to solidify. Olive oil is supposed to solidify when it's cold. If it doesn't solidify, you probably got freaking seed oils or something. Now, not all of that, by the way, is like the evil Illuminati. It's also, apparently the mafia was running some pretty big operations where they would take olive oil and then add a bunch of canola oil to it and then put green food coloring in it and sell it. Like, there's not enough there's not enough olive trees in the world to meet the amount of olive oil that is consumed to match it. You know what I mean? There's not enough olive trees. I got to make a post on that again. Hold on a second. Posts, here we go. Yeah, exactly, Will. But again, you just got to put it in the fridge. Well, trees, not enough. Boom, bang, bang. Ends, is that crazy or what, man? I think that it's the same with people think there's not enough cows. There's not enough cows to produce the amount of beef and burgers that people eat. They think there's other meat in it or other compounds. Yeah, me too, Will. Well, we'll just have to get some cows and then you really know where your stuff's coming from. Okay, so guys, this is basically the literal final call to get the $160 worth of freebies. The next person to get a male or female Vitality Stack subscription at chalk.com with the coupon code 44life, you get a lifetime 44% off discount, which you can cancel or modify at any time. And automatically, you're going to get a $100 bag of the chocolate powder and a $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. $160 worth of freebies to the next person who gets a male or female stack subscription at chalk.com with that code. And remember, that's a 44% off lifetime discount. You can cancel it or modify it at any time. But keep in mind, a ton of the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption over 90 days. Hold on a second. Let me see something here. Perpetuating fake meat and lab meat. Yeah, probably, dude. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. Hold on a second. Let me double check something. Yeah, there's literally more people on the site right now than we have freebies to give away. So if you guys are, whatchamacallit, on the fence or on the site, get your order placed ASAP. Lock in the freebies and that lifetime discount, man. That's freaking awesome. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Shout out to Isaiah. Isaiah, what's going on? So yeah, isn't that crazy that Larry Bird said, shouldn't the code take off 44% of the 127 subscription? It should. Are you sure you put, hold on a second. Larry Bird, let me see this. Hold on. Yeah, it should be 44%. If the code is somehow gimped right now, let me know. Like spam, like try it again or something, because it shouldn't. It should definitely be taking 44% off. Hold on a sec. Isn't that so? I'm double checking with that with you right now, Larry Bird. Everyone else, try to apply the coupon code 44life. Let me know what it takes off. The global food supply destruction, the global population will be pushed even further to the synthesized food product, their 100 mil population goal. Isn't it like 200 mil or something? Isn't it supposed to be wow, okay. Shout out to non-toxic. Hold on a second, guys. Keep spamming it. They're updating it as we speak. Shout out to non-toxic, dude. Of course, you would have already checked, eh? Or been checking. Larry Bird's about to lock in his $160 worth of freebies. Shout out to Larry Bird. Try it again. It should be active now. Larry Bird, this isn't your first time getting chalk, is it, eh, Larry? Are you, Larry Bird, are you putting it on the subscription, right? You're not putting it on the one-time order? Far North fan, there's apparently still a whole bunch of fires in northern Ontario, but it's not really getting smoky, thankfully. But I don't know if that's the case for any of you guys in the States near the bottom of or near Ontario there. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Everyone try refreshing the site and then put 44 Life on again. It should be working. Let's see. Hold on. I think they just reactivated it. So this is active only for the live. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to hold a slot for you guys who are on the site right now so that when this goes, let's see if this works now. 44 life. It's still gimped. Oh, okay. Larry Bird. So, dude, they're updating it as we speak. I just got confirmation. So in like 1 minute, the 44 life code will work properly. And you already made the mistake once, so you won't make it again. Shout out to Larry Bird, who's going to get that $160 worth of freaking freebies. Non-toxic, you were just checking. I don't think you're about to order again. I think you got chalk out the yin yang right now. Like, I think you got a whole closet full. Let me see here. Hold on a sec. No, Larry Bird, that's not the case. It should just work naturally on your subscription there. So it shouldn't matter about the frequency of it. As long as it's a subscription, the code should work. So I'm going to keep refreshing until it works here. Okay, there it works. It's updated now. Everyone refresh again, and it should be working. I see it working. It's working now. Yeah. And then, so congratulations in advance to Larry Bird, who is getting $160 worth of freebies, and so is non-toxic, dude. Sweet. As soon as it does, I'm on it. Shout out to Larry Bird. Larry Bird's a regular too. I'm surprised. Whatchamacallit? Well, I had thought, since I've seen your name so many times, I'm like, that guy probably takes chalk. If you get the code working, can we give away another stack? Non-toxic, yes. You would just we could do that. Non-toxic. What a freaking guy, dude. Listen to what non-toxic does. Him and Rules and Tools have done something like this too, but also Swing. We have a guy in here called Swing, and he gives people, he's like $50 towards their chalk order. He's not associated with chalk at all. Non-toxic is not associated with chalk. He wants to buy a stack and give it away. That's shocking, man. So hold on a second. Boom, bang, bing. Shout out to Sonny. Sonny, what's going on? Yeah, so anyways, about the fires, Far North fan, I don't know what's going on. I mean, yeah, apparently they're still burning. I know that like California is upside down, right? Or sorry, Washington is on fire, I think. And I know British Columbia is burning out the yin yang right in Kelowna, man, where I lived. It would have sucked if you lived in Kelowna the last like 5 years. It has been shit for smoke, man. The summers is just smoky all the time. You don't even get good sunlight. And I can only imagine that this is aiding in the it's aiding in the conditioning of people that we are causing the climate to change, which is shocking, dude. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay, the code is live, guys. Let me know, Larry Bird, as soon as you place your order, and I'll make sure that chalk includes the $100 bag of chocolate powder and the $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. And those minerals, Larry Bird, you've heard enough about them, eh? I'm talking detox, gut microbiome, brain function, nutrient delivery, nutrient absorption, 15-minute cities. Yeah, that's right. If they wipe out, that's what they said, eh? Is Spokane on fire right now, Far North fan? Shit, man. Spokane on fire. Oh, yeah. Challenging fire weather continues in West as thousands evacuated in Canada, while Spokane. Oh man, shit. Also, yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of fires, and this one's going right through. Um, like there's a bunch of houses there, man. Like a shitload. This is gonna be another. This is gonna be another freaking what's been happening in Northern California. Okay, I knew it. I woke up this morning and thought it looked smoky. Um, because it just looked like the sun was really orange, really red, kind of like, you can tell when it's smoky out. And sure enough, I'm looking at the smoke map, and we actually are in a bit of smoky air right now, which is coming from, oh my God, dude. The map sometimes, but it looks like there is a huge fire, a bunch of fires in Washington, a bunch of fires in Wyoming, even fires in South Dakota, and all that smoke seems to be blowing all the way over here. But then that's weird. The smoke from the Northern Ontario fires doesn't even show me where the smoke is. But anyway, so many things canceled here in Sandpoint, Idaho. Really, eh? Is it because the air quality or because of the fire risk? Like, dude, you know what should really piss people off? But you shouldn't be pissed off. But like, we're sending billions of dollars to all these other countries, while our countries could use a couple more fleets of water bombers. Or here's the most damning thing of them all. We've seen on the show Top Gear that they have a way to make it rain. We know the technology is available to be able to make it rain with chemtrails and with the cloud making machine thing that NASA owns. So why are they not using it? Let's see what freaking Google says if I ask that. We know there is technology to make it rain. That is not a conspiracy. Why don't they make it rain to stop the wildfires? Question mark. Let's see what it says. Cloud seeding cannot be used to stop active wildfires because the technology requires existing moisture-laden rain clouds to work. It cannot create water or clouds out of clear, dry air. I know it can't. It can send moisture and humidity and jet stream and air shit in different reasons. So, and then it says no clouds, no rain. That's bullshit. Dubai made it rain. Hold on a second. Dubai made it rain, dude. This is confirmed. Dubai only makes it rain when there are already massive moisture-heavy storm clouds in the sky. That is extremely rare. Stupid AI. It's lying through its teeth. 100%. Yeah. So, anyways, it's shocking, man. Guys, we have literally 5 minutes left on the live, and you got 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes the special freaking freebie deal is over. So if you're on the fence, get your order placed ASAP with the code 44life at chalk.com. If you get the male or female stack, you're getting the $100 bag of chocolate powder and the $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. $160 worth of freebies if you're the next person to place your order. Now let me see here. Boom, bang, bing. I also have a funny video of me on a plane, like it's like a green screen. And oh, okay, no problem, Larry Bird. Shout out to Larry, man. Dude, shout out to non-toxic getting a stack as well. Shout out to Larry Bird and non-toxic, man. Two guys giving her on some stacks. Freaking awesome, dude. I'll hold the slot for you for sure, non-toxic. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, the thing with Harry Potter is that it's about witchcraft. It's all about witchcraft. So I don't know if that's optimal. You know what I mean? Okay, hold on a second. I don't know. I don't know about that. Dialed, but I they probably can make it. Hold on a second. Oh, dude, another whatchamacallit, someone else ordered too. So Larry Bird ordered, someone else ordered, and then we're holding that last slot for Mr. Fricking our top guy, non-toxic. Shout out to non-toxic, man. But anyways, volcanoes, you know that they say volcano might not be that magma might not be coming from too deep underground like they say. Like I don't think there's a molten core of the earth basically. We got to question all the whole geological action of this whole situation. You know what I mean? We got to be questioning the whole freaking shebang because otherwise, you know, it's shocking, dude. Let me just see here. Bing, bang, bing. Okay, so Thorn, Far North fan. Thorn got bought out. Thorn got bought out by PepsiCo, shockingly. And I don't know about Thorn Research. If their company's named Thorn Research, then that's Thorn Research. But I know Thorn Supplements. I thought it was what they were called. Um, anyways, so my point is that in the next 6 to 12 months, we're probably going to see the ingredients list change. Okay, so Mr. Non-Toxic got a stack and a Chad, and he wants to give one away. So how do I select? Okay, so everyone comment now who has not tried chalk before. Is that fair? Like, or yeah, everyone spam the comments with like, oh yeah, pick a number between 1 and 100. I got my number in my head that I'm picking, and we have 60 seconds to put a number in. So I'm setting a timer right now for 1 minute, starting now. Put a number between 1 and 100. Whoever's closest to it in 56 seconds gets a free stack. A free stack. Yes. Shout out to whoever wins this. You got 49 seconds left. And how it'll work is whoever's closest to the number in my head, you would DM me on Instagram, or no, yeah, DM me on, how do we do this? How do we do this? Because I'd say you can go to the chat and the live chat on the site and say, I'm the one who won. But I don't think you guys are going to abuse that. But anyone could say, I'm the one who won. And then I don't know what we do. So we got a few seconds left. And so far, one person has commented. Matthew, shout out to Matthew, dude. I guess we'll have to extend this. We need at least a few entries. We got Dialed. Shout out to Dialed. Who else is commenting a number between 1 and 100? We got 55 seconds left. But yeah, Far North fan. So I don't really know too much about it other than they got purchased by PepsiCo. That's it. So I imagine their stuff is going to become really shitty really soon. PepsiCo is just looking to cut corners, man, 100%. Shout out to non-toxic, man. You always got to get a Chad mode, eh? You don't want to lose out on it. You don't want to be out of Chad. Shout out to Matthew and Dialed, man. So far, the 2 entries. I wonder, I know there's like a few second delay between me talking and you guys hearing it, but I don't think it's like 10 or 20 seconds. Hold on a second. Shout out to Larry Bird, by the way, man. Okay, Dialed wins. Sorry, Matthew. Dialed wins. The number was 77. So Dialed wins. Congratulations to Dialed. Dialed, you won, dude. Shout out to Dialed, man. And shout out to Non-Toxic for gifting a freaking stack to Dialed. Dialed, just go to the site, tell them it's you, and they can pull up your... Because they know who you are, I believe. Shout out to Dialed, man. And shout out to Larry Bird. Okay, guys. Yeah, that's all right. So, but thanks for playing, Matthew. And thank you really to Non-Toxic for putting that together, really. Okay, guys, we will see you on the next live. Literally do not go anywhere. Keep your live notifications on. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you all for joining. Keep your head on a swivel. Prayers for anyone affected by these shitty fires. We got to manifest rain, man, big time. Okay, much love, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.